The law says the central bank has the sole responsibility for the management of the currency. 2, the law says that if you want to change that currency, the only authority whose approval the central bank needs is the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Why do you feel that everybody must be involved in a subject that they don't have the competence?
What I was trying to ask you is, when you create a new denomination,
yes,
it seems to be a little difference between introduction of a new denomination and redesigning the Naira.
Look, this is not the first time the Naira is being redesigned in Nigeria. This has happened. What are you talking about? Central banking in Nigeria began from the Bank of British West Africa in 1880, and they were issuing currency. By 1912, the West African Currency Board took over, and they did that for almost 60 years. In 1959, the Central Bank of Nigeria was created, and they took over the function of managing the currency. And since then, we have changed currencies several times. We changed currency in 1968 during the Civil War. We changed currency in 1973 when we moved from pounds to Naira. We added the 20 Naira note in 1977 to honor Murtala Mohammed, who was assassinated in 1976. In between 1979 and 2005, different notes and denominations were added. 100 Naira in 1999. I think it was 200 Naira in 2001, and I think it was 500 Naira in 2002 or something, and in 2005, I think it was the 1,000 Naira, something like, I may not be very precise, but so this is a routine function, and I don't understand
there's no
why.
Big deal.
It's not a big deal.
But why?
I am an economist. I can tell you categorically that this policy by the federal government, by the Central Bank of Nigeria, has no basis in economics. There is no reason to. This is purely political. When you decide to change your currency in such a roughshod manner, there's no urgency. The urgency for us is how to get food for our citizens so that we can remove the starvation in the land.
Definitely.
Politically speaking,
yes,
should the central bank have consulted with the finance minister, whom politically is assumed to be the supervisor of the economy?
Please, you are wrong. I want to be very clear to you. The central bank, the Ministry of Finance, does not supervise the Central Bank of Nigeria.
But does that office supervise the economy?
It is part of the offices that supervise the economy. The Ministry of Finance, the Central Bank of Nigeria, National Planning, the Ministry of Trade and Industry and Investment. These are all parts of the government. But the Central Bank of Nigeria, as the central bank of most civilized nations, is or should be independent of any external influence. So this is the context in which you have to see what is going on. The central bank fulfilled the requirement of it, which under the act is that you cannot change the currency of the country without approval from the president. They sought that approval, they got it. And so I think they were well within their rights. Let me explain something. The decision-making process in the central bank is in 2 phases most of the time. 1, the Committee of Governors. I want you to note the term governors with an S. That is to say, the governor and the 4 deputy governors of the central bank who make up the Committee of Governors. The second level is the Board of Directors, which has the governor and the 4 deputy governors, 5 internal members, and 7 external members. Among the 7 external members of the board is the permanent secretary of the Federal Ministry of Finance. So the question is that this decision must have gone through the board. The permanent secretary of the Federal Ministry of Finance must have been there. Did he or she, I don't know who the permanent secretary is now, did he or she not inform the minister that this sort of decision was taken at the board? I don't know the answer to that.